Jilly from Philly, Philly. This is it. Yes. Yes. To whom it may concern. What's up? What's up? It's Tap Into the Tuesday. Jilly from Philly. Come on. It's dropping next week, y'all. February 13th. Right in time for Valentine's Day. Jilly from Philly. To whom it may concern. That's kind of like the flow and the vibe that I'm giving y'all tonight, man. To whom it may concern, for your mental, for your wellness. Give yourself the gift of the Lotus Wellness. Yeah. What's up, decent people? Tap into the Tuesday. The Lotus Well saying, I'm jumping on. I'm going to be the first person. Because I'm about to put people on to this comedy show, to this line dancing, to all the decent wellness resources, man, that they got lined up. Charlotte Andrews is my special guest. So I had to come on some cool, chill, calm, collected tip. Right, Steph?
Yes.
This joint right here is called Pressure. I do not own the rights to this music. Steph, put it in the comments because I don't want them to cut the show off, all right? Because we flowing right now, man. Shout out to the 215. What's up, man? This is our daughter right here. This is Jilly from Philly. 2-1 to the 5. Come on. Yes, sir. We all the way live. This the decent Tap Into the Tuesday, man. I had to come on this joint fresh. And this is a fresh joint right here. So yes, tap in. Make sure we support Jill Scott, man. I would love to just keep like letting this rock right now, but we gotta get into this good, decent show. You heard me? The Lotus Well, what's up? Come on. All right. But I'm hype. When it comes to mental health, when it comes to wellness, that's just how I am. That's how I be. It's Black History, so let's give some Black History, Black business love, small business love to Unique Boutique, straight from Africa, with these good, decent rings. And since it's Black History, yes, sir, I am a king. QU to the ING. You see me, I am D. Yes, and I am decent. Yeah, I mean, I'm like Radio Raheem, do the right thing. Love. Hate. But this is all African, beautiful Black love. I got this from Unique Boutique, YOUNIQUE Boutique. You already know. It's the Decent Tap In Tuesday show. So let's get into it because we want to bring our special guest on. We have Charlotte Andrews, founder CEO of the Lotus Well Center. Yes, sir. Up there on Cheltenham Avenue. We want y'all to patronize, visit, just take it all in. The Lotus Well, WELL. And those are abbreviations. I'm going to have her explain what those abbreviations mean. And Lotus Well is located at 411 West Cheltenham Avenue, Melrose Park. All right. So we're going to let y'all find out more about Miss Charlotte Andrews and why she does what she does, right? And we're going to dig in deeper. But before we get there, I want y'all to know it's Girl Scout season. You already know you can text the word cookies because I'm dropping some gems. So keep up with me. I got ADHD. That's why I need the Lotus Well. I need that line dancing class on Saturday, all right? Cookies, text it to 59618 if you want to know your Lotus. I was about to say your Lotus. Your local Girl Scout. See, look, I'm ready, Charlotte. Your local Girl Scout booth in your local area. I did test it out. My big ass tested out, okay? I text cookies and I wanted to make sure it worked stuff. I ain't even gonna hold you, all right? Trump got this IRS tax form 4547. It's the Trump account election form. It's a new document. And it's based on the Trump account for children born between 2025 and 2028. It enables parents to claim $1,000 of U.S. Treasury contribution for eligible children, which is invested in an index fund. So look that up. Talk to your tax folks about that. Okay, let's stay on the taxes right now. I have two friends that are great at doing taxes. My folks, Sylvia, I put her number. It's on my Instagram, on my Decent Connections Inc. account. Please follow. I have another friend named Nia. Nia Woods is definitely decent with the taxes. You know what I mean? Not trying to charge you up $100 a year. You can't beat that. Very legit, connected with IRS and all that. She'll break it all down for you. I'm telling you, I got my taxes, I got my stuff together because of Nia. Okay, I owed for like 3 years and she straightened me out in 1 year. So that's decent. All right. So small business owners, which I always call tall business owners, especially if you black. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, there is a BERT tax. A BERT tax. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Business Income and Receipts Tax. Okay, it's just came out 2025. The city of Philadelphia, those engaged in commercial or residential real estate rental activity, estates, trusts, or nonprofits engaged in any for-profit business or activity within Philadelphia, those who maintain a commercial activity, CAL, but do not actively engage in business, okay? There is a BERT tax. It is the Business Income Receipts Tax for small business, gig workers, all of that. Taxpayers who owe $5,000 or more for the BERT must pay those taxes electronically. I just wanted to put that out there and let y'all know what's going on. I'm just a messenger. Don't come from me, all right? I just need y'all to know. I did find out that if you link up with the career link, y'all, and you're looking for a job, try to get a job counselor, somebody to help you out, right? It ain't always easy to look for a new job, especially if you was laid off. Sometimes you gotta understand that being laid off is grief. Okay, grief comes in many different ways, just like the Lotus Well has so many different therapeutic wellness ways, right? So you got to understand, it's not just death of a family member, it's death of losing a job, it's death of not living your best life. So understand, grief can come in many different ways. And I lost my job in October, and I went through a depression for like a month, and I was just out of it. I was all over the place. So it's good to have a career coach. So tap into Career Link. They do have career coaches. Utilize all your resources through welfare. You can get the CDL for free. You can get discounted classes and licensures and certifications. All right, ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. There was a good site that I found a lot more people want to do more remote work. And I found a website where they will help you get into remote better. It's called Flex at Home. So tap into that website. That's more like if you want just remote part-time jobs. I'm sorry. That's the other one. Flexajobs. That's right. Flexajobs. Flexjobs.com. There you go. See, I got to take off these damn glasses. That's what the problem is. Steph, why you ain't reading this for me, man? Help me out. Damn.
I mean, you have...
all right. We'll work it out. So yeah, flexjobs.com. Tap in. All right. That's where you need to go to find out if you need any kind of work, work from home and all that. All right, let's roll into some of the stipend work that the city has. All right, the stipend work that the city has. There's Vision Zero ambassadors. A lot of politicians in our city have been pushing this agenda. You can make $1,750 after completing the whole program, starting in March. I believe it's March to June, March into the summertime. Okay, I mean, come on, look into it. $1,750. You go through trainings and everything. You put on different events that help with traffic safety. Okay, traffic safety in the neighborhood. And if you're a content creator, you have a show like this, you can actually do your job doing this, making people aware, doing resources. All right, Vision Zero ambassadors, look that up. Philly Fam ambassadors. These are people that's representing Philadelphia from different parts of Philadelphia, adding to this 250th anniversary that's coming up. So it's a lot going on. America 250. This is our 250th year. You know what I mean? Patti LaBelle for Visit Philly. It was really a decent video that came out. Kyra, I forget her last name. She's in my story. I shared it. Visit Philly. She was the director, black woman that directed it. It was really dope to have one of our Philly legend icons come back, narrate and talk about visiting Philly and the 250 years. So that's, and how much black folks like Octavius Kodo, who died for his right to vote, you know what I mean? And so many other black folks that contributed, Marian Anderson, to our wonderful black history culture here in Philadelphia. So check that video out on Visit Philly. But Philly Fambassadors, you can become one of those. www.joinphilly.com/clubs/Fambassadors. Or Resolve Philly. I'm actually a documenter. I'm a documenter for Resolve Philly. What that is that I go to different town hall meetings and I document notes. I get paid for it. You get trained to learn how to document notes better. You are basically a civilian, and you're actually expressing your right to go to different town halls and different meetings in your neighborhood with your politicians, and you're just a neutral party, and you're documenting for the public so the public can know what happened in many of these different forums. Okay, through City Hall, through town hall meetings, virtually or in person. So yes, I enjoy being a Resolve documenter. I can't wait till that comes back up. That's coming back around in March, so look into that. Being a Resolve documenter. There's also same-day work pay, y'all. It's a lot of people out here that don't want to just work the direct 9 to 5. You're an entrepreneur, you're a creator, you know what I mean? But you want something on the side to bring in some ends. These are different gigs you can look into. Same-day work pay. All right. It was started by the Philadelphia Horticultural Society, where, you know, they created a program where you could do same day work pay. It was more like gardenings and all that. Then they started branching out that program into communities. So start looking into the same day work pay programs. On Tap In Tuesday, I'll provide more resources with that and post it on Decent Connections Inc. page. All right. There's also little counselor workshop classes that you can take. I ain't even want to say little, excuse me. They're very big. Things that you can put onto your resume and add to. Charlotte was actually one of the trainers for a adult mental health first aid workshop that I took. Thank you to Black Men Hill. Thank you to Lotus Well. Thank you to the different organizations that contribute to putting their time, their effort, and their energy into these different community workshops where you can walk away with a certification. And I was blessed to meet Charlotte, and we talked and we connected, and that's why we're decently connecting tonight, where she'll talk about the Lotus Well in a few minutes. She was the trainer, and she was the teacher of the adult mental health first aid class, where I was able to obtain a 3-year certification. And I just put that out there. If you are laid off, fired, what have you, in transition of jobs or in transition of careers, and you don't want to work anymore, you know what I mean? You want to work for yourself. It's okay to do some gig work, remote work, voiceover work. If you have a nice voice, you know, you've probably been told that you had a talent all your life. Oh, you got a pretty smile. I love your hands. Be a hand model. If you got a pretty smile, go be a model. Like, just jump on some of those things that people have told you that you have a uniqueness. Just leap on that. And you never know where that'll take you. Method Man did not want to rap. That was not his thing. He was a schoolboy, athlete, all of that. If you look at the Wu-Tang joint or Hulu, you know what I mean? But if you look into his life, you know, I know somebody that, you know, is connected with him and, you know, grew up with him. He did not plan on rapping, right? And he was just good at writing. He was a very smart young man, still is to this day. You know what I mean? He's great at acting. He's great at rapping, you know, all of that. But, and he also does photography sometimes for the NFL, if you didn't know. But he fell into it with his friends. And look where it got him. Now, Wu-Tang albums, Powers, and all that. You understand what I'm saying to you? So what I say to you is this is the year, man, that you leap. You know what I mean? Faith over fear. That's it. That's all. That's the only way that you can be decent. Let's not hate, motivate. You here there to be great. And you here to do it 25 to the Izzy. Yes, sir. Who we got on this joint, man? I'm calling folk out. The Bean, Nicole. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. And we got Lotus Well, of course. We got Stephen Curry with the shots on this joint. So, yes. All right, I'm done rapping and talking. Also, you could be a poll worker. Well, not a P-Valley poll worker. Steph, you nasty. I knew automatically your ass went there. All right.
It is coming back this
it is. When is P-Valley coming back? My bad, y'all. You know, P-Valley is my thing. You know, I'm a real lesbian. It is what it is. No, but you could be a poll worker. You could... mind your business. And y'all can work the poll. And what that means is the voting polls, y'all. So I went to the winter voting class. Yes, I did. I went to my winter voting class on Sunday. It was only 1 hour. That gives me an extra $30 when I work the election polls in May. Right, primary election coming up. Why do you think I got this shirt on? Black voters matter. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Why don't you look up who's running now? So y'all asses don't be in the damn poll like, I don't even know who are these. Well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like, you know what I mean? Let's not vote like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, and even if you gotta stand in that polling place, you can vote by mail. I just got mine in the mail the other day, asking me, do I want to vote by mail? Y'all getting it in the mail. So pay attention. It's coming in the mail. Do you want to vote by mail? You can vote by mail. If you don't have the time to get to that voting poll, go on and just send it back to them. Let them know. Here go mine's right here. All right, I take it seriously, y'all. You know what I mean? I've been through everything. I've been homeless. I've been locked up. I'm on probation for 4 years. Come on. You know what I mean? My cousin's been killed. You know, folks that had COVID and died. I think that was some conspiracy weird shit, you know, through the government. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. ICE, all this type of stuff where Americans and civilians are getting killed, man. Like, you know what I mean? Detained. Little 5-year-olds being detained for no reason. You know what I mean? Trying to go to kindergarten. All I'm just saying is, Sandra Bland, say her name. You know, now new one, Makia Matthews, say her name. She was found frozen to death, plunged to the head. LGBT woman. They, them, maybe they, them. I'm sorry, I don't even want to say woman. She, you know, they may have wanted to be a they, them, or a he, him. But either way, that was a human, man. Say her name, Makia Matthews. Let's find out who did that. So this show right here, these resources is really needed. And Charlotte Andrews is even more needed. So let's bring her on. The Lotus Well, tap in. You know what I mean? It's definitely decent. And I'm blessed to have her come on. You know what I mean? Because she is a decent individual. You know what I mean? So let's get it. You know what I mean? Because I know one thing. I need somebody like Charlotte. I need the Lotus Well. You know what I mean? I need therapy. I get it every week. I don't know about y'all. And I need y'all to know about this. So let's bring her on. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all. That's how we do it. We like to bring in little songs for you because we decent like that. You ain't just gonna come on here and we'll appreciate you with the claps and things. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Come on.
How you doing?
You see, I got the cool in the game popping because I want you to know I'm in my zen. I'm in my zone.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Thank you. No, I love you. I thank you for being on. You know what I mean? We do appreciate you coming on the decent show. Okay, how many damn claps is it? Because I don't need too many more. Okay, now it's just going on. Now it's just. Well, you do deserve it. You do. All right,
I
that's enough.
appreciate it.
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm well. Can't complain.
I mean, you better be well because you're part of that loaded. Okay.
Yes. You know, I try. You know, sometimes I have more good days than I do bad days, but yeah.
You know what? I like that you said that. Let me ask you, like, how do you treat yourself and your wellness? You know what I mean? Did that contribute to you starting the Lotus Well? That's a good way of starting off.
Nah, the Lotus Well was a labor of love. I had not ever in my life thought that I was going into therapy. Like that wasn't my goal. My goal was to be a lawyer. That was my goal. And although
Good.
I did go to law school and I did graduate from law school, I
Uh,
think that
wait a minute.
mhm,
I'm
yeah.
going off with the class. Go ahead. I just love it, though. I'm proud of you. That's just, I
You
want to be a
so
lawyer
silly.
too. So go ahead.
Yes, we need you. We need
Yeah,
you.
me too.
I did do that. I had got my master's degree in clinical counseling psychology first. And this was just a way initially for me to kind of pursue, like before going to law school, I had always, thought I would major in psychology so that I could understand people's behavior. That was the goal, right? But over time, it turned into something different. I ended up getting a master's degree and going into private practice. And so my practice started off as Journey to Lotus at first. And I still have Journey to Lotus, but it's rebranded as something else. But about 4 years ago, the Lotus Well was born. And I would have to say I've been in private practice for, over 12 years now. And
Nice.
I think just being able to see that we require human connection at the end of the day. We require, people just want to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to be understood. They just really want a place to unpack whatever it is they're managing. And so in being able to see that, I wanted to cultivate more of a community space than, traditional psychotherapy. And, when talking to my team, as to how I can reach community more than just therapy, it was like, well, you need a nonprofit. And it's like, well, can I do it through the Journey to Lotus? Like, I wasn't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
interested at the time in the nonprofit space. But, of course, being a 501c3 allows me to do a lot of different things, tap into spaces that, an LLC or a corporation really can't.
I'm
And
I'm
so
glad.
that's, yeah,
I don't mean to cut you off,
yeah,
but I'm glad that you did touch on that because a lot of people, I had started Decent Connections Inc. and I'm thinking, oh yeah, nonprofit, automatically. Now I come from nonprofit, being a case manager, social worker, and then I said, all right, yes, I'm good with resources, connecting people, but then I worked for Fabric Health, which is for profit, and they
mhm,
were doing benefits for folks and LIHEAP and all of that, but they were getting paid from insurance companies. So there is a way to get paid your worth
yeah,
and give back. Coca-Cola does it.
yes,
Coca-Cola gives back to Black women businesses and they sell Coca-Cola. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So I totally agree and I see where you're going with that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure. That's the truth. So many different ways to do that, but the Lotus Well was kind of born out of that, and here we are. I think for me, taking care of myself is not black and white. I have a plan, like a holistic plan on every level.
Come on.
And I'm human. I try to abide by it as much as I can. But
Right.
there are times where, I don't take care of myself the way I should 100%. Like I'm a workaholic. I work a lot.
I see. Wait a minute.
Yes. Oh,
Let's touch on that. Let me touch on that. Work a lot is an understatement. I will say that for this Black queen. Okay, she is representation of Black history. Okay, because you are paving a way. You know what I mean? Every time I turned around, under your link tree, you had more and more events. Like every day, it was a new event added, and I thought that was so banging. I've never seen no mental health, wellness, organization just pick it out. And then you had already, I bet you, teaching the mental health adult first aid class.
yeah.
So now you taught a class, then podcasting, and that leads me to my second question of the Lotus will focus on both like mental health treatment and alternative healing options. Like,
Mhm.
what does that look like in practice? Can you break that down from all the different things you offer?
Yeah, for sure. So, we do follow a traditional psychotherapy model. So we, are just like any other mental health practice where people can come and get psychotherapy, can get therapy,
Okay.
can get counseling in a traditional format. And saying traditional would be, we align with, depending on the clinician, various modalities like cognitive behavioral therapy, which is one of the biggest models, out there that are followed. Mindfulness and meditation, those types of things, as acceptance and commitment therapy. These are just different types of theoretical modalities. However, our framework is built out of the 8 dimensions of wellness.
Mm.
We treat the whole person, not just the mental and emotional piece. As a matter of fact, this year, as we speak, we have finally been able to roll out a holistic wellness screening.
Yeah.
So this is more like just like you go to the doctor every year and get a physical. You're supposed to get a physical every year, once a year,
Mhm.
and what is the primary care physician doing? They're checking your blood work. They want to check your weight. They're trying to make sure that you're staying in a good bill of health. And if for whatever reason something comes back and say that it's not, you can fix it. You can try
Right.
to fix it. Maybe your blood pressure is too high and you might need a pill, or maybe you just need to adjust your diet. Maybe you're borderline diabetic, those types of things. So it's to prevent you from getting sick, but also to evaluate and fix if something is wrong.
Right.
There is no mental health agency or organization that provides an evaluation like that. For one, uh, outside of psychiatric evaluations that are often referred based, right? You have to have a referral
Mhm.
for a psych
Come on.
eval. Um, You have to be referred usually by a primary physician or something of that nature.
Right.
Insurances are not paying for regular checkups for your mind.
Come on.
Um,
Come
and
on.
so here at the Lotus Well, you can actually get a holistic evaluation, a holistic
Right.
screening, where
Right.
we check not only mental, emotional health, but we're checking all the things: intellectual health, financial health, occupational health,
Mm.
environmental health,
Mm.
social health,
Come on.
spiritual health, where you can come and you can get this screening. And we also provide the support in helping you in that particular area. So you get the evaluation, we see how well you are, what are some dimensions that you're doing absolutely great at, what are some ones that need a little bit more attention, and we take it piece by piece, small practical
I
things
love
that
that.
we do. So that's one of the holistic things that we do. Holistic wellness also looks like plant therapy. So we have a
I just
program.
saw that, and I was
Yeah.
so hyped when I saw the plant therapy. Because
Yes.
you are tapping into all the things that, because I feel like my wellness is not just one dimensional.
No.
And I saw the plant therapy and I said, wow, like I said, is she in my house? Because plants is my thing. Then you had the comedy show. I'm a comedian. I love to laugh. We use laugh. Go ahead, keep going. I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
spoil it.
all the things, all the
Right, right.
things. We
Yeah.
are tapping into it, rooted in wellness. It's a plant therapy based program, all about horticulture health, right? So that taps into like that environmental health, that mental emotional health, the spiritual health. It intersects, right, with the dimensions. But it's a 10-week workshop in which you learn, how to care for, plants indoors, how to grow your own food, be
Okay.
it by seeds, be it through hydroponics, whatever the case may be. So it's really just being able to use, real green life,
Come on.
that God gave us, so to
Yep.
speak, and using it in a way that not only supports mental and emotional health and clarity, but also environment. Environment is
And
important. We need clean air,
even
right?
grounding. Grounding is a
Yes,
part of mental health, and
absolutely.
that's a part of nature and
Absolutely.
planting. Yes. I love
Yes.
it. So
So
amazing.
line dance, so
Yes, I
I am a
can't
line
wait.
dancer. I can't wait to see you on Saturday.
What?
Um,
I'm gonna wear my lighter cane pants.
we
Yeah.
just try to take it easy on you. Um, but shout out to Lucy Lou, my line dance mentor. I've been dancing for over 17 years. And I never call myself an instructor. When people ask me to teach, I'm a dancer who can show you how to do a dance,
Come
because
on.
having an instructor title is just too much pressure for me. I dance, for a lot of reasons. It's
Right.
therapeutic. For me, I actually just saw a post that I screenshotted and I'm gonna put up that said that dancing movement is actually much more effective in managing depression than SSRIs.
I can believe it. I mean,
Big
think about it. When you're sad or what have you, or in love or different emotions are attached to movement.
Yes.
Emotions are attached to music.
Mhm.
Music connects to dance. So I totally can agree with
Yes,
that. Yep,
yes.
yep,
It's
yep.
for the love of music. I think music is really at the root of it. But
Right.
when you hear good music, you want to get up, you want to dance, you want to move. And so we have the 6-week workshop. This workshop, we're going to have it 6 weeks and then like a break or two, and then another 6 weeks and a break or two, for the rest of the year. And it actually supports and leading to our second fundraiser that we have in September called Dance Out the Darkness. It's a virtual line dance-a-thon to bring awareness,
Hey.
to bring awareness to suicide prevention, right?
Okay.
September is Suicide Awareness Month.
Right on.
So it's being able to use dance and movement to kind of just dance out of those dark spaces, right? We're doing this physically and metaphorically,
Right.
symbolically as well. The goal is to move out from the darkness into the light and potentially being someone else's light as well. And so, that's in September. So this is a good time to get into these workshops so that you can be
Yes.
prepared not only for the weddings, cookouts, and all the things, but also the line dance-a-thon to kind of dance with us, to give, clarity and exposure to mental health. And one of the other non-traditional programs we have is Therapeutic Rage. So we have we partner with Rage Philly. Shout out to Kia
Yep,
Toll.
that's my fault. Here.
Yes, yes, shout out
That's
to
my
Kia
dog.
Toll. That's
Yep,
my boo.
Rage
I love
Room.
her
What's
so
up?
much. Love her so much. You know, she's partnered with the
I
Lotus
see.
Well to provide therapeutic rage on Tuesdays. And so if you've ever been to a rage room, you know, you
I
go
did.
in, smash things, crash things, whatever you
Great,
gotta do.
great experience, y'all. After a
Yes.
damn divorce, I'm telling you, after my divorce, I saw that. I said, "Hey," and me and her just got cool, boy. And I
Yes.
said, "Listen, I need all of that. I need to bash up a lot
Yes.
of things." And I think it's amazing how anger is, where it's like I had so much anger, so much
Yes.
hurt, right? Then
Yes.
when I finally got in there, all I could do was 5 minutes.
Yep.
It was
That's
just,
it.
it was
I'm
a great
telling you.
release, but that anger is something else, boy, when you're like,
Yes.
"Yeah," and it takes so much out
It
of you.
does.
It
Oh,
really does. It
that's
really
a
does.
good point. That's an
Yeah.
amazing point. It's true. A lot of people, you know, sometimes they see the packages, you know, that say 5 minutes. Like here has like a 5 minute package,
Yeah.
10 minutes. Ours is 15. And let me tell you something. People look at 5 minutes and think that's like, oh, that's not enough time. Let me tell
Nope.
you,
No.
it's more than enough time.
Yeah,
People be
it's way
they
more.
be trying to find room in that 15
Yeah.
minutes because it's like you're done
Yeah,
within
I
five,
was
six,
done.
7 minutes.
Look, I think I paid for like, I forget, it was 20. I paid for a lot of time for no
No
I said,
reason.
I give it up. You can give it to somebody else. The anger I had was just, it took a lot out of me, but it made me
Yeah.
think. It was not just, the rage room is not just physical, it's
Yes,
a mental thing while you're there and what your purpose is of being there. Um,
absolutely.
let me
Absolutely.
ask you, when we do talk about like the Tuesday raging and we get the line dancing and all that, the Lotus Well, like how does that create a safe, like judgment free space for healing?
Oh,
Somebody, let's say I'm somebody that's insecure about dancing, or I don't know how to plant well.
yes. I mean, the Lotus Well is community. Like I say, we're about community, but we are community, right?
Right.
Everything that I do within the community on behalf of the Lotus Well, I do in-house,
I
which
love
means
that.
when you come to the Lotus Well,
Right.
everybody is going to set the tone for you. We are a welcoming space. We're a non-judgment free zone. When you
Yeah.
enter into our doors, you are away from whatever's out there and you just enter into solace, into peace, into welcoming. We're huggers over here. If you would like us to
Hey.
hug, you know, we like to just enjoy each other's company and have a good time. And so, you
Okay.
know, I think one of the benefits of, be it Rage Room, be it Line Dance, be it Rooted in Wellness, these are mental health professionals, mental health advocates, right? Anybody can be an advocate for mental health. All of my folks have some form of either formal mental health training, be it degree, be it provisional license, licensed professional, have training in who's maybe not have a mental health degree, however,
Right.
has had mental health first aid. They've had trauma informed care training. They have had training in crisis intervention. We're not, you know, just regular folks over here. We're
Right.
prepared to support and welcome people no matter where or how, when, why they're coming into our space for whatever they're coming into our space for. And so we want you to be home. We
Right.
want you to be like, you know what, when am I coming back? I want to come back. That's the responses we want. And
Right.
of course, you know, at Rage Philly, you know, the breaking point, which is our therapeutic rage program, it's not necessarily at 411, it's at another site. However, we take community wherever we go.
I
So
know
it
that's
doesn't
right.
even matter. That's what we do. So, you know, nobody has to worry about, you know, that.
And I
We
see that the Lotus Well fits so many people that are pieces to a whole puzzle.
yeah,
You are the whole puzzle. I can see,
yeah,
if I mean as a comedian, I can fit in I can go to a comedy show and laugh it off. Or, if you're in a horticulture or what have you, and like the flower show coming up in March, which that's me too, you can go ahead and do the plant therapy. If you're a dancer, go ahead and dance. If you want to learn and be somebody certified, I can now, get mental health and learn about it at the same time with you. And I love that you're a jack of all, a Jane of all trades, excuse
yeah.
me. You know what I mean? What resources, just to wrap us up, like what resources what's your go-to mental health wellness resources or organizations that you want to put out there? You know, because you even said in the one class, can you break that down about 988, the difference between
Yes.
911 and 988?
Absolutely. So, I mean, there are so many resources out there, y'all. You can always go to my website, www.thelotuswell.com, right? I have resource guides. Right now, I have one for PA, New Jersey, and Delaware. There are a number of resources
Love it.
right there on the site for you. However,
Okay.
outside of that, 988. If you don't know about 988, please learn about 988. It used to be the suicide crisis line.
Right.
However, 988 was just established in 2022. It is a federal number. Your tax dollars are paying for it just like it pays for 911. So, of course, with 911, that is for medical emergencies usually, right? You need law enforcement, you need, paramedics, EMTs, firefighters. When you're calling 911, you're calling for a physical or health emergency usually. So just like 911, 988 is for mental health emergencies only. So if
Right.
there is a mental health emergency that you are experiencing or a loved one is experiencing, you can dial 988 no matter where you are in the United States. So if you, of course, we in Philly right now. So if we call 988 here, that 988 dispatcher, if we need folks on site, they're going to dispatch us to um our crisis center. Okay. If you were in DC, if you were in Georgia, if you were in California, if you dial 988, they're going to dispatch you to the local crisis unit in that place, just like 911, right?
Right.
If we call 911 in Virginia, EMT going to come from Virginia,
Yep.
not
Yep.
from
Yep.
Philly.
I
So
love it.
988, it's not only a number you can call, it's a number you can text. You can text 988 as well. So want to make sure that you know about it. And in this crisis, it doesn't have to just be suicidal. And it doesn't have to be a crisis. Maybe, you can't sleep and you want to talk to somebody. Nobody answering the phone. Call 988. That's
I,
what those
I,
people are
I've done
trained to
it.
do. I'm
I've done
telling
it.
you.
Listen, I didn't know. And listen, the old line, it's still the same line, but they
Yep.
normally would drill it in as suicide.
Yes.
Guys, do not be discouraged. Some of us of color, we're discouraged of that word suicide. Oh no, that ain't me. And it may be you, and you don't want to admit to that either. Come on, I used to be that as well. What I'm saying to you is, it's a stress line. It's a wellness line. It's a line where you can be not judged at all. You can be anonymous, or you can be, who you are, but you're going to talk to somebody that's neutral. A
Yes.
counselor that's going to be on there, that's going to guide you the right way and be a listening ear
Yes.
24/7. I know I used it for my
24/7.
anxiety.
Yes,
Um,
24/7.
yeah,
Um, there's also a national text line, 741-741. You can also use that. You text home, HOME, to 741-741. I usually, tell a lot of our youth and young adults about, 741-741, because they don't really like to talk on the phone no more.
right, right.
Our younger folks are texters, they're typers. So this is probably a good resource for them as well. There are just so many. Shout out to Blackman Hill. Blackman Hill is a
Yeah,
nonprofit organization that
that's
provides
so
free
good.
therapy to men of color. If you are a man of color and you're looking for free therapy, they provide 8 sessions of therapy. If you are a young man, or if I have parents out there of young men, 12 to 18 years old, Men of Courage is also
Courage,
a
yes,
viable program. Shout out to Taj Murdoch, who is the founder and executive director of Men of Courage. They have, so much programming for our young men out there, and we need that.
yeah.
So many different resources and programs out there. If you ever need any support, if you don't know how to start, contact the Lotus Well. DM us
Let's
on
go.
social media. I heard you, say WELL. Let me tell you, it's an acronym, right? Well means wellness essentials to live in love. At the end of the day,
Say it
right?
again. Say preach.
Wellness essentials to live in love. That is what the Lotus Well is. We are
Love that.
attempting holistically to provide people the essentials that they need to be well, right?
Yeah.
In order, when you're well, you're living. You want to live. And when you living well, you only want to love not only
Yeah.
yourself but other people, right?
I
And
love
so,
it.
listen, we're here to support you. DM us, send us an email, go
Let's
to our
go.
website, send us an
Yeah.
inquiry, whatever you gotta do, do, right?
Yeah.
We're even if you can't get your support at the Lotus Well, we know folks, right?
Yeah.
It will help you find what the good,
She mean what she
American
say. Listen, she a real Philly girl, y'all.
yeah.
She willing to be there to help. You can hear my accent. She don't play no games. You know what I mean? But a decent, I'm telling you, and you're so accessible. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you can text her, she gonna hit you back. And you know what I mean? It may, even if it may take her a little while, she gonna get you within that day or by tomorrow. High professional. These folks, give them a good Google. That's what we gotta do, especially for Black History. That's your homework. In order to be at your most decent, give good Google reviews to good Black businesses, especially like
Yes.
the Lotus Well.
Yes. I
Charlotte,
appreciate it.
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you
you're
so much
welcome. You're
for coming
welcome.
on and blessing us with your
Yeah.
presence, Queen. We love you. We
This is
love you. We
amazing.
think you are
Yeah.
so super
I
and
appreciate it.
decent.
I
All
thank you
right,
for
you are my
having
decent
me.
person of the week. You know that?
Yes, thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Let me
Is there
just say,
anything else you want to leave us with?
yes, I just want to shout out you, right?
Oh,
I just want to tell you,
appreciate
like,
it.
I
Let me get
mean,
myself, wait a minute. Let me get myself
yes,
some gold plate.
listen,
I can
clap
do that.
for you. I mean, because you don't have to do the things that you do. You do not have to share the space that you share. And I mean, for the moment, yes, there's been a connection, but
Right.
you didn't have to. Like I mean, everything that I'm posting, you're sharing. Everything that I'm doing, you telling people this, telling people you don't have to do those things. And so if I never tell you again, if I never get an opportunity, which I'm hoping I get many opportunities, but if I never say it again, I need to tell you that I appreciate it. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
I appreciate what you're doing, not just for me and the Lotus Well, but for everybody that you share information. Everybody you're
Right.
putting D. I appreciate it. I'm
No
sure they
doubt.
appreciate it. I want to thank you wholeheartedly
No
for just
doubt.
doing it, for just doing
Yes.
it. I
Yes. We
just
got to do the
appreciate
work. We listen, like I said, we are here to motivate, be great, don't hate. We do it 25 to the 8. There's no limit to this guy
Yes,
out here.
yes.
We
I
all need to
appreciate
be
it.
decent individuals, and I just
Yes,
gotta lead by the example the way you are.
I
So I
love
love
it.
you and I thank you for
Yes,
being on here. Like, you definitely blessing myself.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Listen, make sure y'all follow the Lotus Well, and y'all better get the acronyms right. I love it. Charlotte, I love you. I can't wait to dance with you, be
Yes,
well with you. Let's
yes.
be decent together. I love you, Charlotte.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Love you too. Thank you.
All right, no problem. I love you, Charlotte. Thank you. All right, no problem, no problem. Decent people, man. We had a decent show tonight. You know what I mean? Tap into the Tuesdays is always beautiful, man. You know, especially when we have decent guests on, like Charlotte Andrews from the Lotus Well. So please tap into the Lotus Well. She's decent. I want y'all to be decent for your health and your wellness. There are all different forms of therapy. I just was telling my nephew this today, y'all. You know what I mean? He lost his mother, which was my sister, right? And that's the reason why I have to dig into decent people like Charlotte. You know what I mean? You got to keep decent people like James and all my friends that's on here supporting. Thank you so much, man. You know what I mean? Tap into the Lotus Well. Tap into the different resources I gave out tonight. You know what I mean? Please make sure you apply for LIHEAP for your utilities. March the 2nd will be the Pico Energy Relief Fund. $750. That goes towards your electric. That goes, and that can also have $100 going towards your gas. All right? If you need help with any kind of benefits or whatsoever, please tap into me. I'm helping folks out left and right, giving them advice. I'll give you 15 minutes of my time, all right? And then after that, I'm going to charge you because my time is worth something. You always are worth something. You just got to make sure you know your worth. All right? Faith over fear. Be decent. Thank you, Charlotte. The Lotus Well. Yes. Stephen, I love you, man. Thank you.
In the daytime as well as the night, but you